Last time we covered the end of the Cell Saga and started to get into the Buu Saga. With a much different group here, of course the events are going to play out a lot differently, but will we actually see Buu's revival? Well, I know in my videos it's kind of 50-50, but here, it's kind of up in the air. Let's check it out though, part 8 of What If Vegeta Hit His Head, where we maybe actually have the Buu Saga this time. With the Goten back at the tournament, let's actually cover what's going on there. Well, he wins. He wins everything, at least until he gets to Mr. Satan, who he takes the fall against. But it's pretty obvious that he's going to win here. He stayed back to help protect everybody, but also since they have to do some weird format with it now, that opens it up for him winning, although he probably would have won regardless. Which is surprising. He's not as young as he originally was, but he's still like the youngest person here, so pretty impressive. He really wishes he could help out though, but at least he won the tournament for his mom. Well, won the money at least. He didn't actually win because Mr. Satan paid him off. He'll join the fight if needed, and hopefully he's gonna be needed. As the youngest person here, he feels kind of left behind. He knows it's because of his own safety and the fact that he has to protect the others here, but still, he kind of wishes he can go along with them. Back with the Supreme Kais and the rest of the group, they follow Spopovich and Yamu, eventually leading to Babidi's ship. And it's strange because for some reason, Goku and Vegeta feel like this area is familiar. They don't really recognize it, but it eventually clicks with them. This place has been long restored since they last fought in it, which is why it took them a second. But it's where they might have fought Turles, they think. And Shin asks what happened, so they explain a little bit of what went on. But why would Babidi be drawn to this area? It got restored so long ago. It's not like he'd benefit anything from it, and there's a reason he went there. The energy from the tree of might actually drew him right over there to Earth. Although by the time he actually went there, the tree was long gone. He thought that maybe he'd be able to get some energy from it somehow. But this is still fine. It shows him that there's so much energy on this planet that he could even get that much for Buu maybe. And even stranger is the fact that whatever he detected here, it's just gone by now. Looking into his crystal ball, he was able to divinate what happened here, figuring out that it was some sort of tree that sucked the life out of Earth. And that actually gave him an idea of what to do here differently. Of course, he is still going to go with his normal plan, but he actually has a lot more energy than normal. It would be great if he had that same sort of tree because it just apparently sucked the life out of Earth and then turned it into fruits. And it got Babidi thinking. It took him a while though to do this, but he thought that maybe he could just draw out the life from Earth itself. Of course, he's still getting a lot of energy from the people here because they have so much of it. But very slowly, he was able to draw some from Earth too. Buu's egg actually already has some within it. And now with some extra energy from Gohan, he'll add this to the egg and hopefully Buu will be revived soon. They're actually pretty far along, about 3/4 of the way there. But they still need a little bit more energy, although Dabura has a plan. He could tell that they're being watched. And he asked Babidi, how about they take a hostage? If all he needs is a little bit extra energy, all they really need is one person to drain it from. And he's got the perfect plan. He'll seek out one person who's strong enough, and he'll just take them right back to the ship. Well, Babidi tells him to go ahead. That sounds like a great idea, and hopefully it'll work out pretty well. He heads back into the ship as Dabura launches over, beginning his attack. His first move is different. Instead of immediately killing Kibito, he instead tries to spit on someone. He has to make a really split-second decision, and everyone's power is lowered right now, so he has to kinda guess. And then he finds his target, Vegeta. When they were divinating what happened, Babidi saw the fight that went down against the Tree of Might, and how Vegeta was involved. He spear-fronted everything. He seemed to be the most powerful one there, and Dabura can immediately tell he's probably the best target to actually steal energy from. Immediately he spits on Vegeta. He tries to spit on some others too, but it's already too late. They move quick enough to avoid it and attack him. With Goku launching in, then looking back at Vegeta and seeing that he's been turned to stone. Gohan and Trunks are kind of panicked trying to figure out what to do, and Shin tells them they can't do anything. They just need to kill Dabura. Well, good enough for them. They'd be glad to do so. And shockingly enough, Vegeta then suddenly disappears, being teleported away. Dabura smirks, just what he wanted. They have no clue where he went, but if they defeat Dabura quickly enough, they'll figure it out. And Shin warns them, they can't be so hasty. If they use too much energy, they'll just be giving it to Babidi. Dabura then vanishes from sight too, appearing within the ship where Vegeta also is. He places a hand on Vegeta, turning a little bit of him back to normal. He's still mostly a statue, but this little opening will let Babidi drain some energy from him, and Babidi sends him right back outside. He can still draw out a little bit more energy from them by fighting against them, and he's glad to do so. But the second he's teleported back outside, there's 3 Super Saiyan 2s waiting out there for him, and with a quick combined attack, Dabura is pretty much instantly killed. Alright, now time to find Vegeta, and immediately after they kill Dabura, they sense Vegeta's energy. He's turned back to normal, but it's rapidly dropping. Babidi's in the ship, siphoning energy from Vegeta. He suddenly turns back to normal. But already in that short period of time, Babidi drained a bit of energy from him, and Vegeta tries to fight back, quickly powering up, breaking free and launching a blast right at Babidi. He throws up a shield quickly, looking at the device and seeing that he has just enough in there. He just needs to get this to Buu's egg, and he'll be revived. Quickly, Babidi casts another spell, sending Vegeta outside of the ship. Vegeta looks around confused. He's back where he just was. This all happened so quick, and he has no clue of what happened because he just turned into a stone. Well, that's one problem solved. Vegeta's already back. They can immediately see, though, he's wounded. He's bleeding from his side. Oh, crap. Babidi took energy from him, too. But it couldn't have been that much, right? Vegeta got freed very quickly. And Vegeta's not too sure. He feels a decent amount of it drained from him, and he doesn't know how much Babidi actually needed, obviously. They'll have to plow their way into that ship. Kibito quickly heals Vegeta, as the other Saiyans head in, with Vegeta then following behind. Shin and Kibito warn them to be careful. They can't get too hasty. The group flies into the ship, rocketing past Pui and going down the other stages as well, with Yakon being sent up at one point but just being instantly killed by them as they fly downwards. Babidi is purely focused on providing energy to Buu, and it seems like he does have enough. By the time they get to the bottom of the ship, it already seems too late, and Babidi greets all of them. They're all then teleported back outside the ship, but this time, Babidi comes along with them, as well as Buu's egg. Goku's kind of annoyed by all this teleporting. He throws a blast at Babidi, who then responds with a shield. They won't kill him that easily, although Goku served as a good distraction because, with that, Vegeta was able to get behind Babidi, punching right through his shield and grabbing him, killing him with a point-blank blast. That guy's dealt with, but it doesn't seem like that's going to stop Buu. His egg is still hatching. Krillin says maybe if they attack it all at once, it'll work. Well, doesn't seem like they have any other option. All of them stand together, each performing a Kamehameha. But right when they're about to launch it, the egg bursts. Buu jumps out. It's far too late, and Shin is terrified. This is exactly what he's feared. The Majin is born. Well, this is good at least, because Babidi's gone, so at least that could help, right? Well, maybe not, because now Buu is completely uncontrolled. He has no one restraining him, and it's just Buu, going around being Buu. And they'll quickly come to realize this guy is someone that's going to be very tough to beat. Shin and Kibito are especially being defeatist about this. They can't believe it. With Buu's revival, they're screwed. There's no way around this. The group immediately does start fighting Buu, obviously, and they can clearly see a gap in power. Everyone here has Super Saiyan 2 by now. Goku and Vegeta do have Super Kaioken, really only using it in very short bursts. And they actually do break it out here once in a while too. Occasionally they power down into regular Super Saiyan, then powering up into Kaioken for just one attack. But they can't do anything against Buu. Even with their maximum power, straining their bodies completely, it's doing nothing. And it's not just that either. Even if they can manage to do something, they figure out Buu could regenerate right away. The 5 of them can't do much, and it's not like the 2 Kais can either. Shin tries to think of what to do next, what their next move could be. The good thing is, they're still holding Buu off. He hasn't been completely unleashed, otherwise he'd be going around the world destroying everything on a whim. Vegeta thinks maybe they could try fusion, but Goku might have a better idea. He doesn't know how much it'll work. Sure, Gogeta's incredibly powerful, but they don't know the limit of Buu's power yet. What they're seeing here is just a fraction of it. They're definitely not going to rule fusion out though. They just need something that will completely destroy Buu, make sure he's not going to regenerate at all. But as Goku's thinking, a plan does come to mind for him. He doesn't really know if it's going to work. It's something he learned a while back that he doesn't really have practice with. But maybe it can go down well. Besides Kaioken and learning fusion, Goku also got something else in Other World too. It's a technique that takes a really long time to charge up, and it's something he's never really tried in actual battle before. But this could be the perfect thing here. Buu is an agent of evil, created out of pure evil essentially. What about an attack that purely targets that evil? One that's so strong too that it'll erase every little evil part of Buu, at least if he could charge it long enough. It's called the Spirit Bomb. An incredibly strong attack, but one that's going to take a while. He needs to charge it, and he needs to get energy from everyone too. Vegeta says that's fine. He'll let Goku do his thing. He trusts in his plan, and thinks that this could work. As long as the attack actually is how Goku describes, it should go down well. Vegeta says he'll hold Buu off. And in the meantime, Gohan and Trunks can help him. Maybe Vegeta could even get them to try fusion. They haven't really practiced with it too much, especially recently, and they're worried about messing it up. But again, it's something they can keep on the back burner. In case they need that trump card, Gohan and Trunks can fuse, and Goku and Vegeta can fuse. But Goku says they should try this attack first. He goes off on his own, finding a spot far away where Buu won't find him, while the other 3 try to hold the Majin off. Shin goes over to where Goku is too, asking if he needs help with anything. He said it was an attack he learned from the North Kai, so he'd love to help out here. Goku says he just needs to gather energy. He needs to contact others somehow. Shin would definitely be glad to help. Goku starts charging. He gathers energy from Earth and all the living beings around it, besides the Earthlings themselves. Although, Vegeta, Gohan, Trunks, and Kibito all lend energy, with Shin even lending some of his own too. They can't lend too much though. They do need to hold off Buu. And Kibito does need to restore them after they do lend some. The attack is growing, and Goku can feel great power in it, but it still might not be enough. Goku tries to focus, trying to communicate with his friends, all the others from around the world. Back at the tournament, Yamcha and Goten hear him, lending some energy, trying to get all the others around them to lend energy as well. Goten even asks Videl to help, who then asks Mr. Satan. And at first, he's not even too sure, but then he realizes that Goten could reveal that he just threw the whole match. So, kinda out of fear, he asks everyone to lend energy. Not even sure if he's doing right, but he's directed by Goten, who's directed by Goku. All the people at the tournament lend energy as well, and Goku can feel more come in. Not just that either, but he also feels others around the world too. Energy from Roshi, energy from Ten, Chaozu, Yajirobe, Korn, all the people that he's met in the past. Kame even tries to help out too, trying to see who he can contact to lend energy. Goku needs to charge it a little bit more, and he can sense the fight going on. Gohan, Trunks, and Vegeta are trying their best, but they're being beaten by Buu. He's concerned. They're putting their lives on the line. They're in danger. But it doesn't seem like the bomb has enough energy yet. He just needs a little bit of an extra push. He tries focusing as much as possible. Shin even lends more of his energy too to try and help. And then he feels energy from King Kai as well. Through him, Goku does try to contact more people. He puts out one last call to the rest of the universe. To anyone who hears it, most people ignore it. They don't know what's going on. There's no immediate threat to a lot of these people, especially the people on Earth. They don't even really know what's happening. Besides the people at the tournament that were influenced by Mr. Satan, no one's lending energy there. And out in space, it's not like they really know anyone either. Their quest kind of falls on deaf ears. But it's still worth a shot, just in case they can contact someone that could lend this energy. They just need a little bit more. The bomb slowly grows. Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks are having a very tough time. The two hybrids try to fuse, but they're not even given an opportunity to do that. Buu is so quick, so powerful, they're not given the opening. And Vegeta looks over in the distance, and you can see the glow where Goku's charging that spirit bomb. He can sense the power in it too, just a little bit more. Goku gives out one last desperate call, but no one responds. Although, he then feels a little bit extra energy. Something happens, he doesn't know where it's from, but a little bit of extra energy shows up, and it's a significant amount. Not for many people, but it's enough to just push it over the edge. I might be a little bit premature, but he doesn't know if he could wait any longer. He launches the spirit bomb. It flies over the horizon, targeting Buu's evil energy. Goku powers up, pushing it further. As Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks are on their last legs, Vegeta then sees that same glow getting closer and closer. He's done it. Krillin yells out to all of them, "Get out of the way." They're barely able to move in time. As the spirit bomb barrels towards Buu, Buu's surprised at first, but then shows confidence, trying to grab the bomb and push it back. But his power, it's been neutered by the Grand Supreme Kai within him. It's a close call, and he does start to push the bomb back, but then Vegeta jumps in alongside Goku, and the two struggle to push the bomb with Buu. Gohan and Trunks fly in too, also pushing it. A wrestling match ensues, and Buu seems to have the advantage. There's enough power in the bomb to kill him, but he's pushing it back. They're not strong enough to push it towards him. If only the bomb had a little bit more energy, they wouldn't need to struggle like this. Vegeta turns to Goku. Now is the time to do it. Mid-air, the two of them perform the fusion dance. This will give them the last push they need. Now they actually have an opening to do this. Buu slightly gets the advantage as the two of them fuse, but then he feels a massive pushback. The voices of Goku and Vegeta together yell. Gogeta thinks to himself, well, if they had to end up fusing anyways, maybe this would have been a better option in the first place. But hey, at least it makes for a cool finish. Powering up into Super Saiyan 2, pushing the bomb with all their might is Gogeta. And not just that, but Gogeta then sticks his hand up in the air, lending even more energy to the bomb. The bomb expands massively. Buu has no chance now. It completely disintegrates him as the bomb careens off into space, exploding. Gohan, Trunks, Krillin, and Gogeta all float there, with Gogeta surrounded by the aura of Super Saiyan 2 and Kaioken. A pretty draining combo that makes him defuse almost immediately, which he kinda knew the risk of. The two breathe a sigh of relief, and they fist bump, and Vegeta's glad that worked. Even if they did fuse right away, he's not too sure if it would have gone too well. Well, Goku says it probably would have. I mean, look how much Gogeta contributed to the spirit bomb. It's just a shame they didn't have an immediate opening for it. Not even Gohan and Trunks had that opening. And Vegeta asks how Goku got all that energy. Well, it's kinda strange. He explains what happened. And at the very end, someone sent a lot of energy, and it wasn't an insignificant amount. It was a noticeable amount. And Goku has a hunch on who sent it. Vegeta has no clue who he means, but Goku explains. He just shouted out to the universe, trying to get anyone to lend energy. And the amount that they were lent, it was a similar amount to what Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks lent. It had to be someone around their strength, someone out in space that would have recognized Goku's call, and would have lent energy for some reason. It had to be them. It had to be Raditz and Nappa. They're out there somewhere. Maybe they'll come across them again someday. But that shows they were listening in. Maybe they've turned over a new leaf. Who knows though? And Vegeta can't believe what he's hearing. Those two actually lent energy to Goku of all people, the person that they hated so much before for being so weak. And now they recognized it was him calling out and they lent energy to him, not even knowing what was going on. Well, Vegeta has no clue. But maybe they'll find out eventually. And this is where we'll leave off for now. What'd you guys think about this part? What's gonna happen next time? Leave your thoughts and suggestions in the comments below. I'd love to see what you guys think. As usual, be sure to drop a like and subscribe. It really helps with the channel and shows me you want to see more like this. Anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video.